I don't think there is a state-sponsored genocide. The government of Ahmed Bola Tinubu has been very clear on these issues. He's a man that is very detribalized. He's a man that is not religious-centered, and that can reflect in the appointment of C.G Musa to oversee the security architecture of Nigeria. So we don't believe there is a state-sponsored genocide, but we believe there are elements who might be sponsoring such ideas, but we are saying that if there are any empirical facts that people have, they should present it rather than making sweeping allegations. I, Bishop Timothy Cheren, I'm here today with my fellow clergymen under the ambit of the Clerics Congress of Nigeria and the Nigeria Clerics Council of Bishops and Imams to make pointed contributions towards the search for peace in our nation. We wish to first and foremost commend Mr. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu on his efforts towards the improvement of security in the nation. And most recently, I think about yesterday or 2 days ago, the appointment of General C.G Musa as Minister of Defense. We are also here to extol the contributions of a father in the land, the Sultan of Sokoto, His Eminence Sa'ad Abubakar, the third CFR, who is the chairman of the upcoming Northwest Peace Summit and Humanitarian Awards 2025. We wish to state with every sense of duty that over the years we have had very complicated security situations that tend to divide the peace and the stability of our nation. National and international concerns have cropped up, the recent of them being the classification of Nigeria as a country of particular concern by the United States of America. In this regard, we want to state that though there are concerns which have over the years triggered, especially those of the Christian faith, to allege being targeted with forms of killings that have pointed towards a genocide. We wish to state that we believe that there are certain elements which are criminal, terrorists in our nation that might be sponsoring these ideas. There are empirical facts in that regard, but it is not wise to begin to point hands at certain individuals when we don't have tangible facts to back it up. Our purpose is to ensure that we continue to build bridges of cooperation and unity so that Nigeria can become a strong and indivisible nation, which was the purpose of our founding fathers. It is on the backdrop of this that we at the Cheren Peace Foundation have over the years embarked on a national peace mission with the purpose of galvanizing our people at all levels to embrace peace. This year alone, we have held a National Peace Summit in Abuja on the 29th of April, where the Vice President, Senator Kashim Shettima, was a special guest of honor. Then came the North Central Peace Summit, which was co-hosted by the Governor of Nasarawa State and the Chairman of the North Central Governors Forum, His Excellency Engineer A.A. Sule at Lafia. Currently, we are in the process of hosting the Northwest Peace Summit in Kaduna on the 17th and 18th of December 2025 at the Umaru Musa Yaradua Hall, Murtala Square Racecourse in Kaduna. This summit is to be chaired by His Eminence Alhaji Muhammad Abubakar Sa'ad Abubakar CFR, the Sultan of Sokoto. The summit promises to help in complementing the effort of government and stakeholders towards lasting peace, not just in the northwest of Nigeria, but Nigeria and sub-Saharan Africa by extension. We wish to particularly commend the efforts repeatedly of C.G Bola Ahmed Tinubu towards arresting the tide of insecurity in the nation at this critical time. As I said earlier, the recent appointment of General C.G Musa seems to be a fresh breath of renewed hope towards reactivated security improvement in Nigeria. And this is a thumb up. We want to encourage the president to continue in this line of thought and not to remove his legs on the pedal. We wish to encourage government to see the warning posed by the United States as a wake-up call and an extension of a hand of fellowship by a strategic partner with superior power for a more effective fight against the terrorists and evil powers bent on bringing our country to its knees. Government must not be cowed into submitting to any invasion by any foreign power, as this has not done any nation any good, as no one can solve our problems more than we ourselves. With sincerity and true commitment, irrespective of our religion, tribe, and creed, as the terrorists spare no one in their actions. We also wish to commend the peace efforts of His Eminence, Alhaji Mohammed Sa'ad Abubakar, CFR, the Sultan of Sokoto, as a leader and harbinger of peace. Here is a man who for 19 years of his reign has stood for peace and unity of the North and Nigeria by extension. The National Executive Council of the Northwest Peace Summit are glad to identify with His Eminence, who has diligently cheered the cause for peace. We identify with the peace efforts of this ambassador of peace through his peace activities, which include the co-chairmanship of the Nigeria Interreligious Council, NIREC, and other several initiatives which have helped in no small measure in the promotion of peace and the stability of the North and Nigeria by extension. We wish to sympathize with all those who have been affected by the killings and other actions of terror in one way or the other. While we feel their pain, we call for understanding and calm as we continue to agitate for peace and security of our nation. Let us do it with patriotism and the unity of the nation at heart, as we cannot throw away the baby and the bathwater together. By calling on foreign powers to come and invade our nation is not patriotic. We can only encourage collaboration, which will bring about a lasting solution to the problem we face. We believe that with a positive mindset, we can overcome the fight against evil and arrest the wanton killings of our kids and kings. Finally, we wish to sound a note of caution to some of our religious leaders who are involved in the action of incitement, especially of youth, through their wrong teachings and doctrines, which have tended to encourage killings and terror. To desist from this, as the presence of peace does not imply the absence of justice. We encourage government not to spare anyone involved in such acts by bringing them to book. And at this juncture, I want to commend the action of the 19 state governors of the North who recently gathered in Kaduna and have raised some funds, I think about 19 billion every month, to be able to stem this tide. They should look into these actions of some of these people. We invite all stakeholders to the Northwest Peace Summit on Wednesday the 17th and Thursday the 18th of December 2025 with the theme Towards Peace and Harmony in the Northwest.